everyone, and welcome to a Knitty Heather Scrap. This is the series on my channel where I explore shorter subjects in the fiber world. Today I would like to do a 2021 year in review and tell you about some of my knitting stats from 2021. It was another very productive knitting year for me, and I'm pretty proud of everything I was able to accomplish. Of course, I still have a lot of whips on the needles. I wasn't able to completely clear the needles by the end of last year, but that's okay. For full details on all of my works in progress, please check out my podcast episodes. And if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I am at Knitty Heather on Instagram, and I would love to catch up with you there. So here are my official 2021 knitting stats. I completed 60 total finished objects. 47 of those were socks. 16 out of 47 of those pairs of socks were from Desert Vista Dyeworks. I did all 12 months of her 7th annual Desert Vista Dyeworks monthly sock club, and then I did 4 extras from each of the 4 seasons of her rainbow collection. I did the Rainbow Connection socks by Claeson, the crazy sock lady, out of Desert Vista Dyeworks winter, spring, summer, and autumn rainbow sock sets. I also did a sock knit along by Mina Phillip, the knitting expat. She did an Around the World in 8 Socks collection, which was a pair of 8 socks inspired by different cities throughout the world. I did all 8 of those pairs in the 8 months that she put those patterns out, and I love all of them so much. It was a really fun, good experience trying new techniques knitting all those socks. There are 2 sock clubs that I belonged to last year, the Cozy Knitter Yarn of the Month Club and the Yarnable subscription box. I did 6 pairs of socks for each of those dyers. I still have quite a few from last year left in stash, but I hope to knit those up this year. Socks that I knit were shorty socks, and I do plan on knitting a lot more shorty socks this year. That would really be fun. I do enjoy shorty socks, and I feel like my mom might like a few more pairs of shorty socks, and I have a couple other people in my life who might enjoy them as well. And then I did 5 other pairs from other dyers. I definitely knit mostly socks, but I was also able to knit 4 cowls, 4 hats, 2 shawls, 2 ornament balls, and I am counting the 25 little mini socks that I knit as an Advent ornament collection for my cousin's baby, just as one finished object. That was a lot of fun to knit. So going into 2022, I have 19 languishing whips. That might seem like a lot for some people, but I know there are others who have a lot more than that. I have 5 pairs of socks still on the needle, including 1 pair of DK. However, I do have a plan, and I've mapped out how much I need to get done every day to finish all of those socks by the end of this month so that I can go into February with completely clean sock needles. I have 4 shawls and 3 cowls, but by the recording of this, I should have 1 shawl and 1 cowl finished. I'm very close to finishing my Monet shawl and my patchwork fade cowl. Just a few more rows and rounds of each of those. So those will be done very shortly. I have one sweater on the needles that I look forward to picking back up, and one hat I need to keep working on as well. Other than that, I do have one ornament ball on the needles that I want to just kind of pick up and work on as I have time. I'd like to do a few more of those for my Christmas tree next year and then to give to others. And I do have 5 scrappy blankets on the hooks and needles, which I know sounds a little bit crazy, but that is what I have. My granny ripple blanket, I should be able to finish in the next month or two. I only have a few more little minis I want to add to that. The other ones will take me quite a while to finish. So as far as my knitting goals for 2022, I would really like to finish my Granny Ripple Scrappy Blanket. I just need to add 2 more of the Clark & Elle Fall Advent Minis, and then all 13 of her Winter Advent Minis that I have not even cracked into yet. Once I add all of those, I think it will be the perfect length for me to finally just say I'm done with it. That blanket I am working with DK and worsted. So the Advent Minis that I purchased from Clark & Elle all throughout 2021 were on her lovely worsted base. I have a flax sweater on the needles, which I would really like to finish. That would be my first actual full-length sweater, and I'd be really proud of myself if I could finish that, and even more proud of myself if it fits well. So I need to work a lot on that. I am also looking forward to learning how to do color work socks. I have only ever done color work hats before, and I love them a lot. But Natalie of Knitty Natty, the Love and Stitches podcast, is coming out with a color work Valentine's sock that I'm really looking forward to casting on and working with everybody in her membership next month. It should be a really good experience. Let me know in the comments below if you have any tips or tricks for knitting Fair Isle socks. My main concern is simply that I can make them in a gauge that will fit my feet. I said this last year, but I do intend to do a little bit more gift knitting. I actually have quite a few babies due this spring, so I plan to do a lot of baby knitting, but then I need to do some other gift knits. Last year, I think I only basically knit 2 pairs of socks for other people, which is a start, but I could definitely do more. Other than that, I think my last big goal is maybe to kind of keep the whips a little bit more under control this year. I do enjoy casting on a whole bunch of things, but it feels so good to finish them, so I need to maybe be a little bit more of a product knitter than a process knitter. I would also really love to successfully finish the Shawlography shawl, the mystery knit along from last October by Stephen West. I am only through Clue 1, but I intend to pick that back up very soon and continue working through it. Those are pretty much all of my knitting goals. I do have a bunch of projects that are waiting to be cast on, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to get through a few more of the cowls and shawls this year, and maybe a little bit less on the socks. I do have a ton of socks in my drawer. Maybe focus mostly on knitting socks for other people. We'll see how I do with that though. I just love all the different yarn I have. Those are my goals for 2022. Well, that is about all I have for you this video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had a good time. Please leave a comment below. What was your favorite finished object from 2021? And what are your knitting or crochet goals for 2022? I'd love to get inspired and hear about all of your plans for this upcoming year. But until next time, wishing you a very happy new year. I hope your 2022 is off to a wonderful start, and I look forward to seeing you very soon in another regular podcast episode. See you later. Pepper, did you decide to lay on Mommy's socks? Well, she had them nicely laid out, huh? Is that what you did? All right, you know how to make yourself comfortable.